When I was about 14 years old, I was riding down Pass Road in the car with my mom. And I saw an old man pushing a cart down the sidewalk. I told my mom to turn around. She asked me why. I said, because I want to give the man my dollar. So she pulled up to the old man, and he had bushy gray hair, and his clothes were dirty, and his face looked like he hadn't been cleaned for weeks. I rolled down my window manually, and I handed him my dollar. He smiled and said, "Thank you so much." And then he looked into his cart for something, and he reached into his pocket, and he pulled out a pack of gum. And he said, "Here, do you want some?" And I said, "No, thank you." And then I said bye, and then my mom pulled away. I know we've all done something nice for someone before in our lives, but even the smallest things that you do can change a person's life. I didn't change that man's life that day. He changed mine. From that day on, I've always wanted to open my own homeless shelter so that I can feed everyone, and there will be no more homeless or hungry people on the streets of Biloxi. I'm able to present this information to you today because I have researched on how to open a shelter, and over the past year, I've been working and volunteering at a nonprofit organization that also runs a day shelter. Today, I'm going to inform you on how to start your own nonprofit homeless shelter. There are several steps that you should take to open your own nonprofit homeless shelter. One is to find a location. Second, file the necessary paperwork. Third, find financial assistance. And finally, find volunteers to help. First, finding a location. According to Sarah Malone of eHow.com, ideally a homeless shelter should be in an area where it's most needed and where people can find it easily. So if you find a really good deal on a place hidden all the way in the woods somewhere, it probably wouldn't be a good idea because it would be hard to find, and not only for the needy but for emergency services also. I would also suggest opening one on a main road where it's easily mapped on the internet and the phone directories, or near the city hall or a police department. That way they can get all their resources they need, and also it would feel safer to know that emergency assistance is not too far away. Now the second thing you would need to do is to file the necessary paperwork. According to Malik Sharif of smallbusiness.com, you will need to apply for a 501c3 exempt status, and also to receive tax deductible status if you plan to receive donations from the public or other businesses. You will also need to apply for an EIN number if you're intending to hire any employees. I will also recommend checking with your local city hall or to obtain any kind of building permits because it is still considered a business even though it's a nonprofit. The third thing you will need to do is to find financial assistance. Because nonprofits don't make any money, you will need to find funding to open and run a shelter. Some ways listed on fabjob.com to get money is by fundraisers, government grants, and corporations. Putting it in the media would also help get more people to know about your organization and can bring possible donors and sponsors. Finally, you would need to find volunteers to help. According to howstuffworks.com, homeless shelters run efficiently with the help of volunteers. This can also cut down the cost of hiring employees and food costs. And volunteers can do various jobs such as serve food, help clean facilities, and sort clothes. There are a lot of schools, programs, and churches out there that have people who are willing to volunteer and donate foods and clothes. So in conclusion, I would like to remind you that the purpose of my speech today was to inform you on how to start your own nonprofit homeless shelter. I've discussed that the steps to take to open your own nonprofit homeless shelter is to 1, find a location, 2, file the necessary paperwork, 3rd, find financial assistance, and finally find volunteers to help. Again, I'm able to present this information to you today because I've researched on how to open a shelter, and over the past year I've been working and volunteering for a nonprofit organization that also runs a day shelter. So not only will you be doing something nice and changing many people's lives, but you can also be changing your own life. Remember the old man I mentioned in the beginning, the man pushing his cart and his belongings in the shopping cart? He didn't have anything to give me, but he still offered to give me something. Or maybe it was just I didn't brush my teeth that morning, my breath smelled. But at least he gave me something. He offered to give me something. And he motivated me to make a difference in people's lives. And now I hope that you have good understanding on how you can start your own homeless shelter, or even volunteer or to donate to one, and also enjoy doing it as much as I do.